Hi, my name is Stephanie Dixon. I'm from Tucson sector. This is my dad, and I lost him to suicide. I am currently a supervisor at a Tucson station. I originated at Nogales Station. I've been in the patrol for a little over 12 years. I currently have 2 babies, a 6-year-old, a 18-month-old, and my husband. So I grew up in Washington State. My mom and my dad raised me. I'm an only child. They did divorce at a young age, but I don't feel like it affected my upbringing at all. They were best friends growing up. We did holidays, birthdays together, and I feel very blessed in my childhood. My dad was a huge supporter in everything I did. I did fast pitch, barrel racing, bull bending, a bunch of horse extracurricular activities, and my dad was there for every single one of them. Sometimes I think I was my dad's little boy. I was a tomboy. He bought me my first gun when I turned 18 to move away to college, and when I graduated college, he got me an AR-15, and we had a lot in common when it came to sports. We watched football every Sunday together and had the same routine when it came to what we ate, what we did, and he was my best friend. When I went to college, he was a long-haul truck driver, and he changed his route so that every Sunday we could meet at Starbucks and have coffee together, and he's truly my best friend. I will probably never have a connection to somebody like I did my dad. And I have an amazing mom, but my dad was amazing too. When I left for the Border Patrol at the airport, I had all my best friends there, my mom and my dad, and they told me that my dad sat in the car and cried, and it's the only time my mom has ever seen my dad cry. And then in the patrol, the first 2 years that he was alive, he loved it. He was a civilian that I could talk about the patrol, and he knew what I was talking about. So our relationship was amazing. The night before it happened, my dad called me, and he was in a great mood, extremely happy. We were talking about future plans, about my dogs, and I usually call him every day I head to work in the morning, but this next morning I said I couldn't because I was qualling, so I'd call him after qualling. When I got out of quals, I had a text from my dad that said, sorry, "You are the love of my life, and I couldn't be more proud of you, but it's my time to go." And then he texted me an address that he was at. And I don't know how I knew or what, but I knew that that was it. And he was in Washington State at the time, and it stopped my world. Everything just stopped in that moment. And I lost my dad. And everything changed after that. I was very embarrassed, and I was mad, and I was sad, and I still am. But it'll be 10 years in October, and you see I'm still very emotional and go through all the roller coasters that come with it. I have anxiety issues if my mom or my husband call and I call them back and they don't answer. I don't at all think that they had committed suicide, but I'm scared to death that something bad happened to them because of my dad. I'm very, I feel like if I was there to answer his text that I could have called him and saved his life. I feel that if I didn't go to the Horse Patrol Academy and took care of him, I could have saved his life. I don't know why he did it. I don't know, and it still kills me. I wish that I did know. I wish that I could have saved him. So I suffer with a lot of regret and Anger. I believe my dad thinks that he was making life easier on me and the people in his life, but we will suffer with it for the rest of our lives. And so if somebody else is considering suicide, they make all the loved ones in their life suffer for the rest of their life. And I doubt anybody wants to do that to their loved ones. October 12th will be 10 years that I lost my dad. And my life will have had changed forever. But I have had the opportunity to use resources to keep getting better. I am not better, obviously. I still am very emotional and things trigger me all the time. In fact, I think a lot of people that watch this will have thought that my dad died in a car accident. 90% of my friends at work believe that story, when in fact he killed himself. When my dad first died, within the year I tried EAP, and I had the worst experience ever. The counselor forgot my story, wasn't listening. There was a huge disconnect. I tried her 3 times, and I feel like it almost made my situation worse, and I was in a pause. But then I found somebody who told me to give it another chance, and it was 3 years later, but I did. And I learned that going through EAP, it's my story that I get to write, and I dictate the process. And I ended up going through 2 more counselors before I found one that I loved. And she has been able to walk me through the process, and we still talk. She's still there for me, and I'm also peer support. And I know that that has had a bad rap in the past. I also say the same thing for peer support. Not everybody is gonna connect with you. Not every peer support member is going to be on the same page as you and relate to you, but just find that person, find somebody that you can connect with who shares a story with you. You could go to the coordinator and they could connect you with somebody that could connect with your story, and you just have to keep fighting for that person to be your advocate and fight with you. So if I were able to tell a message to anybody, it would be, you write your own story for finding help and keep fighting. And if something doesn't work out, that's okay. Like, find something else, find somebody else. This campaign is messaging, be the one. And I think it's saying, be the one to ask for help, be the one to give help, be the one to even just be there, or just be the one if it's you needing help or giving help.